Here we are back on Liquid Finance with the original account with the 204,000 COPI. It's roughly, give or take, $10,000 right now, right? These prices are fluctuating. You need to factor that in when you're considering a borrow. Tomorrow, this could be 9,000, or it could be 12,000. My strategy is I'm going to take a loan out of ADA, which is why I separated these accounts, because on the other account, you noticed that my borrow was ADA, but over here, my borrow is JED, okay, because I supplied ADA. My strategy was to take a loan out on JED against the ADA. You cannot take a loan out on JED with a token like Cornucopias. The only collateral that you can leverage a loan for JED, which is the stable coin for ADA in Cardano, is ADA. But if I go into ADA and I want to borrow, I can use all these, right? So ADA that's another power of ADA. You can borrow if you supply any of these tokens. Actually, SNEC is another one that I have a strategy about, okay, that just newly became a market on Liquid Finance. Okay, so I can supply, so I can click Cornucopias here as a collateral. And so what you want to understand is how much ADA should I borrow? Now, if this Cornucopias is worth $10,000, I don't want to borrow more than $5,000. So let's just back up here because I'm going to take it in steps to reiterate, because I know this could look very complex and we're trying to make it real simple for you. Right now I have 0 COPI locked as collateral. So, right, I have it supplied here. So I'm going to get market rewards from Liquid. Outside of that, if I wanted to withdraw this Cornucopias right now, I could, and it'll go right back to my wallet, okay? And all you're going to lose is the fees on it, but that's it. You're going to get it right back. But if I supply this and I take a loan out on ADA, now the issue to get the Cornucopias back is that I need to repay that loan, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to initiate and go through some actualities that can happen here, and we're going to move through and show you in real time. So I'm going to look to borrow ADA. My collateral is going to be COPI. I'm going to say that I want to supply the max amount of COPI. And so the max borrow against that COPI would be 9,000. If I click max, right? Do you see how my health factor is 1.0? Now we don't want to do that. So it gives you a warning. Your health factor is currently low. If it reaches 1.0, you will be at risk for liquidation, to be liquidated. Okay, so don't make this mistake. You have to be strategic here. And so that is the equivalent of around $4,000, right? $4,000 right now at the current prices. And so what I'm thinking about doing is taking a loan out for, let's say, 5,000 ADA. Let's see what that is. See how my health factor is now 1.8? That's a good health factor. So what we're going to do is we switched over to Liquid V2 and we're going to initiate this borrow. Okay, so we're going to borrow, select an asset to borrow. We want ADA. We are going to select the collateral. Okay, we're going to select that COPI. We're going to click max, right? We're going to put the max amount. We're going to type in 5,000 ADA. 5,000 ADA right there. And then we're going to allow the market to batch. And then we're going to try to borrow that 5,000 ADA. We're going to sign. Okay, so transaction submitted successfully. We're going to give it time. What you're going to see then adjust is that the total locked as collateral is going to actually appear here also. So we have locked the Cornucopias tokens into the realm of $10,670 right now at current prices. And we're taking a loan out of 5,000 ADA, and ADA's price today is like 45 cents. So it's only around 2,000 something. We're going to get the exact numbers to get a great health factor. And here we go. It already populated it. So you see that right now our borrows. Okay, so the locked as collateral, 2005K COPI. And we have borrowed 5,000 ADA. And that is equivalent to $2,280 right now at current prices. And the health factor is that 1.87. This ADA now is in my wallet. So let's go to my wallet just to show you. See how I had 2,000 ADA? Now it's 7,000. So now I have ADA in my wallet to leverage. Before I had 2,000, now I have 7,000. So the 5,000 went in. Now I can think of strategies on how to leverage that ADA, okay? What I could do is take that ADA, right? I could supply it over to the ADA that I already have supplied, okay? And that would increase my health factor here, and then I will lock that ADA as collateral, and that will increase my health factor over here, right? I could take this ADA, and I could just keep it exactly where it is. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the other account, and we're going to supply that COPI, and we're going to get that loan. And once we secure both of these loans, we can then discuss strategies about how to leverage that 5,000 ADA correctly and responsibly, such that it might be advantageous to us in the future, okay? And we're gonna really be concerned with the risk, right? Like, we must, with whatever we do, keep in mind that to get this 205,000 COPI back, we must keep in mind that we have to pay back this 5K ADA that we took out on the loan, okay? So that's a health factor, right? So it's $10,000 worth of supply, and we're only taking out $2,000 worth of a loan, you know, give or take. Okay, so that ends this one. That ends this sequence step, and we're going to move into the next step. We're going to go back onto Liquid Finance on the other account and replicate what we just did here, because repetition is practice, and practice makes progress. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and let's get into it. Okay, we've just connected our other wallet, our other account, where we have the 209,000 COPI to use for a loan or not. And we're gonna execute that loan, and we're gonna go to V2. So we had a little bit more success on the V2 side of things. So here we are at Liquid version 2, okay, Liquid Finance V2, and you see we have that COPI supplied. And what we're gonna do is we're going to initiate a borrow, just like we did in the previous step in the sequence. Okay, so what we're going to do is select the asset to borrow, ADA. What we're going to do first is select that asset, which is ADA, and then come over here, click our COPI. We're going to supply the max amount. You don't have to. Okay, you can supply 5,000 and then dollars worth of the amount. And so what we want to do here is I'm going to take $5,500. Okay, let's just do 5,000 again. We're going to take the 5,000. That's going to give us a 1.9. I'm going to actually do 5,250. Okay, because we supplied a little bit more Cornucopias, I'm taking a little bit more ADA, and I'm still at this 1.8 health factor, which is something I'm comfortable with. So again, cheers. Cheers to all y'all watching. And it's exciting times. It's exciting because let's take a moment now to discuss strategy, because now both of these loans are coming out. So we have 10,000 ADA, right, on both accounts. My strategy, my process, and there it goes. Okay, so now you see that the 2010 Cornucopias is locked as collateral, and it created a separate borrow of 5.25K ADA, and this is how much our collateral is worth, okay, 10.89K right here, and then here's your health factor, and here are the APYs and all of that, and a lot of these metrics and these numbers will be discussed in detail in the educational courses I'm going to put out for the Cardano ecosystem. Vote Catalyst Fund 12, get your wallet in position. Right, you only need 500 ADA to get your wallet in position. And I'm excited about putting out some detailed professional videos on how this exactly works. Okay, so there we go. We're here. Now we have these. This ADA, okay, that's in my wallet now to play around with. And so I'll give you a few strategies. Okay. Strategy number one is we could just leave it there and leave that ADA in our wallet for a while to see what the market does. You leave that 5,000 ADA in there in case the discrepancy in price between Cornucopias and ADA has a massive effect. What I mean by this is your health factor right now is 1.8 in this example that we just did. If the price of ADA rockets over the next couple days to 70 cents again, and Cornucopias price doesn't move that much, our health factor is going to reduce. It's going to get lower and more risky because the price of ADA, okay, this 5.25K ADA at 70 cents is going to get nearer to that $5,000 mark, right? And if ADA, let's say, goes to $1, the 5.25K ADA is going to equal $5,250. And Cornucopias price doesn't move, okay? We're getting towards a lower health factor. The health factor is going to be below 1.5 probably here. And so I'm making a bet, right? I'm making more than a bet, a strategical move. My strategy, my theory is that Cornucopias, being a newer project, that has not seen a bull market, that is in its infancy, is going to outperform ADA's price. I think that in a bull run, Cornucopias is going to outperform ADA. I think ADA is going to also go up, obviously, but I think Cornucopias is going to go up at a higher rate. And the percentage of Cornucopias' increase is going to outperform the percentage of Cardano's increase. It's exactly the same with World Mobile Token. I believe that World Mobile is going to increase in price volatility in the upward direction higher than Cardano will. So here's the strategy. I could take the 5,000 ADA that I have, and if I believe in this theory enough, I can actually take 5,000 ADA and buy Cornucopias. Why would I do that? If I buy 5,000 worth of Cornucopias, and I believe the price of Cornucopias is going to go up against the price of ADA, then I can sell some of that Cornucopias back to ADA to liquidate this loan to get my COPI back. I can take half of this. I can take 2,500 ADA and buy Cornucopias and keep the 2,500 ADA there in my wallet such that the health factor drops dramatically so where I can actually repay the loan. I know that might sound a little complex, but these scenarios that you consider and you think about and you talk about are powerful scenarios to simulate in your mind. Now I've already done these simulations in my mind months leading up to this time right now that we're spending together. And so I've already gone through a lot of these situations. And so you have to develop like a hypothesis, a theory, what you could do. But you move in methodical steps. So you just supply a little bit and maybe that's all you do. Maybe you take out a very modest loan and that's all you do. Okay? Or and then it trains you on how you can now leverage Cardano DeFi in more expressive manners. Okay? And so there we go. So we're in our position. We have the 5,000 ADA locked up as a loan. The option one was that we could just take the 5,000 ADA, go on a decentralized exchange like Dex Hunter or MinSwap, and just trade the 5,000 ADA into Cornucopias, or we take half of that and trade it into Cornucopias. Or we take half of that or all of it and we purchase JED, a stablecoin, because who knows? ADA's price can fall. If I take the 5,000 ADA or the 2,500 ADA and purchase JED, if I think the price of ADA is going to go down, well, then I can then trade that JED back into ADA at that lower price and get even more ADA. That then will go higher. So then if the price of ADA rebounds and I have more ADA because I traded JED into ADA at that lower price, then when ADA returns back to the state and price at which I executed this loan, I'll have some ADA in my wallet now extra that I could use to repay a portion of this loan and start chipping away at paying this loan back. That's another strategy. The strategy that I'm going to do and that we're going to go through here is I'm going to divide this ADA up in thousands. So I'm going to take 1,000 ADA and I'm going to invest that 1,000 ADA into several Cardano Native Token projects that I think will outperform the price of ADA, that I think have incredible potential. That right now, at the current time, at the state that I'm doing this, there are announcements and situations that are occurring in these projects that have me very confident in the performance and future of these projects. So I'm gonna leverage the asset that I have of Cornucopias to take the ADA loan out, and then I'm gonna use that ADA and purchase projects that I think are extremely important and valuable to the Cardano ecosystem, 1,000 at a time. And so what that's going to then allow me to do is to keep track of those projects, right? I'm going to keep track of those projects, and when those projects outperform ADA, if my theory is proven correct, then I can take some profits, some gains, some of those, I can take advantage of some of those upward trajectories and sell portions off, take some cream off the top, and then pay my loan back, start paying my loan back, start paying my loan back. Okay, I hope this makes sense. And I hope that you're getting some value out of this. I hope that you can see right here. I don't see anybody's doing this. And I enjoy taking the time to show you this, even though it is kind of difficult. It's hard to do this stuff in real time. That's why I think a lot of people aren't doing it. But I'm willing to share this and show you this because I am passionate about the Cardano ecosystem of DeFi. There are some fantastic upgrades happening in Cardano's ecosystem overall with Ouroboros Leos and Ouroboros Paris. The Chang hard fork's coming. Decentralized governance is coming with CIP 1694 completely taking its first steps. This is only going to lead to more scalability and more expressive security, scalability, and decentralized nature of the Cardano ecosystem. Okay, so the next step in this sequence is to take you through my thought process on the strategies that I can now leverage with this additional 10,000 ADA that we now have as a loan. Okay, we're going to take you through those processes. I'm going to show you in real time what we're going to do, and it's just for an education. It's just for education. And in the process, we're going to be highlighting projects, maybe some of which you know about, some of which you don't know about. Some projects that are coming up right now and some tools that you can use. Okay? So let's get ready for the next step in this sequence. It'll be an exciting step.